1 year after using the Canon EOS R6 professionally, why is it the perfect hybrid camera? Upgrading from Canon EOS R and Canon EOS 5D Mark IV has been one of the best moves I've made. My name is Yervant. I am a professional photographer in Australia who has been shooting with Canons for years, and this one takes the cake. The Canon EOS R6 is the best camera I've used for wedding and portraits. I've been master of Canon for many years here in Australia. However, I only want the best possible equipment for my business. Canon has never let me down. The creative control and lenses options, including the EF lenses, are unparalleled and it's easy to use. It isn't all that difficult to pick out what makes the Canon EOS R6 the best. Well, it's everything. Why the Canon EOS R6 and not the Canon EOS R5? The Canon EOS R5 and EOS R6 are cut from the same DNA, so to speak. They're otherwise just about identical in body shapes and other features. I absolutely love the Canon EOS R5, but for my particular style of photography, I would say that 45 megapixels is too much. I mainly shoot wedding portraits and fashion photography. With a file size of 20.1 megapixels, EOS R6 files produce amazing sharp images. I love shooting manual because I control the lighting. How's the lens clean? Okay, so I've got raw, and the second card is large JPEG. Perfect, that's gorgeous. And look at Gabriela, my sweetheart, you're so beautiful. That's great. Smile, happy, more sure. That's it. And perfect, sweetheart. That's beautiful. Okay, darling. That's it. Go on, send a kiss. That's it. Back. Do something with your head. Do changes, movement, hair. That's it. Canon EOS R6 is the best choice for me because of the following. The size of the image out of this camera is perfect for any album and portfolio design. What about large wall prints? Okay guys, that's a great question. I have been using an incredible software to enlarge my photos called Topaz Gigapixel AI. Here is an example of one of my images enlarged 2 times and 4 times using this software. Looks amazing and sharp on my 32-inch ISO monitor. Here are 3 images laid out on top of each other so you can see the difference in size. The ISO sensitivity of this EOS R6 is better than the EOS R5. The most important feature of a camera is the lens. My favorite thing about the Canon RF lenses is how they outperform other similar lenses in the market. Canon is committed to this system and there are a lot of great lenses on the way soon. Here are my favorite Canon RF lenses. This camera has subject detection that is the best of its kind. It has eye tracking mode that does not fail. Here are some examples of video and photos shot with eye detect. And here's a video of Gabriela walking towards the camera, filmed in 4K 30p. Camera is set on face eye detect and is not missing Gabriela walking towards the camera. Here is an example of low light shooting and myself moving the camera around a lot, and I can see that the R6 does not miss the eye. The variangle touchscreen LCD. I love this. It's really significant for me to communicate with the subject and capture better moments than what you see through the keyhole. I also like how responsive the touchscreen is and that I can change my settings and menus. Here's an example. Aperture, go back, change ISO, go back, change speed again. This is so responsive, love it. I love the touch functionality of the LCD screen for navigating and focusing. The touchscreen is fast and responsive. No other camera comes close to how good this is. The touchscreen autofocus is the best thing about this camera. I can touch any part of the screen and it will automatically focus in that area. Look at it. I've started using the touchscreen more than relying on the viewfinder. DIGIC X is without a doubt Canon's best ever processor. The in-body image stabilizer has up to 8 stops of shake correction, which combines especially well with certain IS lenses. 12 frames per second is more than what I need for my style of photography, weddings, portraits and fashion. Here we go, have a look. That's crazy, isn't that good? Oh, woohoo, that's crazy. The 3.69 megapixel Dot LED electronic viewfinder with 120 frames per second refresh rate is a feature that I love to have. Dual SD memory card slot. The Canon EOS R6 has 2 SD card slots, and it's very important to use professional SD cards for the best results. I've always used XR cards and never had major problems. It's worth investing in professional SD cards because you know you're getting high quality products. Built-in Wi-Fi compatibility. It's a great function to control your camera with a phone. 14 customization buttons and dials to personalize camera functions. Polycarbonated exterior of the camera protects it from dust and water, in addition to being sealed against them. Shutter is designed to last for impressive 300,000 cycles. Shutting down the camera, the shutter closes to keep the dust off the sensor. This is a great new feature which was introduced with Canon EOS R. This cleans up the problem of sensor dust, which can be constant nuisance, especially with video. I've been using this excellent feature for more than 2 years. Despite what others say, I didn't have any shutter problems because of this feature. I used the optional battery grip to hold 2 batteries in the pack. With 2 fully charged batteries, you'll be able to shoot over 4,500 images. That's a whole wedding. The grip is also perfect for balancing the weight of the camera with the lens. Autofocus area coverage of approximately 100% of the screen, with 1053 autofocus point areas. Video on this camera is amazing. With the introduction of firmware upgrade 1.4, Canon introduced Canon Log 3. This offers finer exposure latitude than Canon Log, but it is less prone to clogged up shadows. With backed up storage for video on both the first SD card and the second SD card in the camera, you are less likely to have a lost footage. We use the external video recorder, the Ninja 5, for all our B-roll 4K 60p unlimited recordings. In order to capture high quality video unlimited time, this option is the best. With the Canon EOS R6, we shoot 4K 60, 4K 30, but we never had problems with overheating. But I recommend having a backup camera on hand just in case and to prevent missing important shots. We have 4 bodies with us. We rotate during the day so none of the cameras get overheated. All mirrorless cameras will get hot at some point, with the exception of cameras made for cinema with a fan in it. We use Final Cut Pro for editing our videos, which is lightning fast and allows us to create perfect videos every time. Le numéro 20. Canon is one of the best camera brands in the world with amazing service. Full stop. When I'm shooting photos, 90% of the time, M for manual. Or could it be M for master? Could be, who knows. I prefer using apertures between 2.8 and 5.6. Sometimes, yes, I will go at 1.2 or 1.4, but most of the time I prefer to shoot 2.8 and above. Because I use backgrounds, amazing buildings, amazing landscape. I want the background to be visual also in the picture. Families, 5.6 is great because everyone will be in focus. Then the speed I use most of the time, depending of course from the light, I prefer to use 1/125th. And I change the ISO up and down for accurate exposure. ISO is the most important part. Push it up or down to get correct exposure. My Canon EOS R6 is a powerful, versatile camera that can tackle a variety of photography needs and also video. The cameras I've tried so far in the market this year, 2021. I always test different camera brands to make sure that I'm up to date with the latest in camera technology. My main camera, of course, now today is the Canon EOS R6. I have always been loyal to the Canon brand, from SLR to DSLR, and of course the Canon mirrorless, the EOS R6. Performance has made me stick with this brand. My favorite all-time lens for weddings and portraits is the Canon RF 24-105 f4. When I was using DSLRs, the EF 2470 2.8 was a great lens, but since upgrading to the mirrorless system, I preferred the RF 24-105 f4. I like to shoot light. I like my camera and the lens. That's all I want to carry. The best thing about investing in top branded lenses is that they last for a lifetime. As a pro photographer, at least every 3 years you need to upgrade your camera body. Here are some photos from a recent wedding. They were all shot with the Canon EOS R6. Hello, hi, I will be happy to answer any of your questions. Whoop, beam. Typical YouTube message. Please subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Like all the posts make a comment. Make a comment, yabby, yabby, yabby. This is really important so I can improve my content. Please, guys. Thank you.